Hey, what's up, reefers? Welcome to my new reef-related YouTube channel. This is a spin-off from my main channel, which includes everything. Since I just got this new setup, well, new used setup, I figure it may be best for myself and also like all my subscriber to create a separate reef-related channel. This way to keep like all the video, separate and organized. And if you're only really interested in reef-related stuff, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and I'll keep you guys posted on my progress on this new tank. So a little bit, actually, like before that, let me apologize for the noise, because right here we got Stinky, my white belly kayak. He just woke up, so he's a little bit excited and want to hang out. So after I talk a little bit about my reef tank, I'm gonna go chill with him for a little bit. And if you want to learn about this guy, go to my main YouTube channel and you can learn all about him, the white belly kayak, and of course of Mac, my Shiba Inu. But for now, let's talk about myself as a reefer and about this setup I just picked up. So I've been a reefer for about a little bit more than 10 years now. I started out with a 30-gallon tank, not drilled, no sump. And honestly, I don't really know what I was doing. And I was just excited to try everything. I kept freshwater fish for a long time, ever since I was living in Hong Kong. So I know some basics. But when I come to the US, I met some friends. One day went to an aquarium and we saw this curious fish that was kind of chilling inside well, now I know it's like an empty sea urchin shell, and we thought it was like the coolest thing. Turns out it was a bicolor blenny. So from there, I was like, what if I set up a small tank just for this fish? And I looked more into it. People are saying that as your first tank, you don't want to start anything smaller than a 30-gallon. So that's what I got. I got a 30-gallon. And then I kept all kinds of different fish in there, like clownfish, mitis, yellow tang, Regal tang, all separate times, of course. I mean, even then it's pretty bad to keep a tang in that size tank. However, I was not that good, so they unfortunately did not live that long. So tank size was not really an issue. So I got my 30-gallon tank for about, I would say, 3.5, 4 years, and I moved out. After I moved out, I was like, okay, I'm a big boy now. Let me upgrade a little bit. And I upgraded to a 65-gallon tank. I know a little bit more about reefing at that point. I know what's right and what's not, but I was not ready to venture into the world of sump. So it was still ran pretty much like a fishbowl, no sump. There's just a power head for water circulation, and that's pretty much it. So it's a really enclosed like ecosystem with like no real nutrient export. I'll do water change maybe like once a month, and then later on I just got so lazy that, not even that, I just pretty much top off water. And the tank was running really well for about a year or so. And then it kind of went downhill when my house was struck with a power loss for 5 days. On day 3 and 4, things started to go south really fast. So I immediately called my friends who still have reef tanks, and I gave them all my corals and fish, and I sold my equipment. So I've been tankless for a while. So recently, I went vacationing in Exuma. I, of course, went snorkeling and saw all the great fish, and I was reminded of how great a reef tank was. And it's such a great conversation topic as well when people come to visit, and I really just enjoy sitting in front of a tank for hours on end, just looking at those little things. It seems like the more you look at live rocks, the more things you see, and the interaction of different creatures just super. I just missed it. So I watched my local reef forum, WAMS, for a while, and this tank showed up. So a little bit about this tank. This tank is they call it a 45-gallon cube, although it's 24 here with 24 length, but the height is actually 18, and that makes 45-gallon. And this is a custom-made tank, glass tank, not sapphire, regular glass. And it was set up for about 4 years from a really creative guy. He did a lot of really nice innovation in this tank, and I really liked it. It's really well thought out, and that's why I picked it up. And I like this size because it's small, right? I think it's still considered nano, even though it's a 45 gallon. It feels really manageable. When I walked in, it was still kind of set up. It was running, and it's just a really comfortable size. Before I saw this tank, I was thinking about going 90 gallon, 36 by 36 by 36, I believe, or 60 gallon, which is just a little bit taller. It's 24, 24, I believe. But after seeing this tank, I fell in love with it, and I was like, all right, well, let's do this. This is 45 gallon, which is 24 by 24 by 18, which is not bad. It's close. And the stand, he built it himself. He was like, okay, he doesn't want to see another black stand, so he went ahead and put this together, the white on the side, red in front, which I think is fantastic. It hangs over a little bit because he couldn't find the exact size cabinet door, but you know what? Minor detail, and makes it easier to open anyway. So I was like, all right, that's fine. I believe this tank was built by Naga from Wamas. He has been building tank for Wamas for a while, and I know he does quality work, so no issue. As you can see, there's like black silicone. There's still black silicone between the panels, and everything still looks really healthy. My only concern is that corner right there. It seems like some of the silicone is kind of like rubbing off, but talking to my coworker who's really into like DIY stuff, silicone is actually really strong. So it's mainly the silicone sealing in between the glass panel that I should be worrying about. Those things kind of like insurance on the sides. It's not too big of an issue, especially with a newer tank like this. So figure out it's fine. I'll just leave it. And looking in the overflow, I still got some pipes to install, but everything looks great. Let me open up the cabinet to show you the inside. One reason I fell in love with this tank is because of the custom sump that Naga built as well. Sorry for all the junk in there. But it's, let's see, 3 chamber. One here for the refugium. One here is the main chamber where you keep all the pump and stuff. And the back, there'll be the skimmer. And the skimmer is actually back there. It's a SWC 120, which I know nothing about because, again, I've never had a sump. This would be the first time. And the seller, Black Market from WMAX, cool name, actually spent a lot of time going through all the plumbings. And it's just really well thought out. And after I have all the plumbing hooked up, I'll do another video kind of explain how things goes, and you guys can give me some feedback if I need to change anything. Although my feeling is that it's so well thought out that it's pretty much plug and play. All right, so you can see right there's a little gap right there in the cabinet where the return and the water pipe goes through. And you can't, actually you probably cannot really see it right now, but once the plumbing goes in, then it should be pretty clear. Anyways, this is a general overview of the setup. The stand is 31 heights, the width 24, width of the tank is 24, length of the tank is 24, and the height of the tank is 18. So that makes roughly 45 gallon up here, and down there in the sump, it's roughly like 10 or 20 gallons. And I do plan to run a refugium here. Love refugium. Oh yeah, right. I don't have a sump back then, but I do have a hang on the back refugium. So that'll tell you how much I love refugium. All right, well, this is supposed to be a quick, short video, but unfortunately I have the tendency to ramble. So this turned out to be like a 9-minute monster video. I apologize. Future video will probably be shorter. Max smells something there. All right. So here it is. Welcome to my new reef channel, and hopefully I'll be sharing a lot of interesting stories, hopefully some tips that I pick up along the way, and any mishap, because you know we can learn from each other's mistake, right? And a lot of people are too embarrassed to share what they did wrong, how they failed. But coming from the startup world, they say what fell often. Although in this case, like it's at the expense of like creature's life, so hopefully I don't fail too much. But I would have no problem sharing all the missteps I took. With that said, talk to you guys later, and hope you guys enjoy this new channel of mine.